Yo, 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 welcome back. It is Sunday. It must be, right? Because
That's why
it's
we're
7
here.
o'clock and we're here live right here on PlatformCollection. Ooh, mic's coming in a little hot.
Oh,
There we are.
yes.
Much better. 7 p.m., man. That's where you find us every Sunday. My name is KILLcRey. This is Chris Sees the Internet. My co-host, OG Hip Hop Eddie, is with me.
What up, everybody?
Shout out to OG Hip Hop Eddie in the house, man. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego.
Did you get out today? I didn't, dude. I don't even think I went outside today.
I just through the window, man. I actually was building a closet today, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like how do you build like an actual from scratch?
Yeah,
Just
from scratch.
You
Yep.
just picked the place on the wall and said, "This is going to be my closet."
No. I actually bought the actual
There's
material for it. Yeah, the material, and then I just
so you can buy one that's already kind of like you just put the pieces together.
Yup, and it comes with a hanger where you can hang clothes and stuff, and no drawers, but it's just you can put clothes in 3 different levels.
Oh wow. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So was there any hammering?
Yeah, you have to have a hammer, screwdriver, flat, and cross, and that's it, man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we do here, man. We build. You know what I mean?
We build closets on
We out
Sunday
here,
mornings,
dog.
afternoons.
We out here building closets and shit. You know what I mean? But man, if this is your first time joining us, you've picked a great night to join us. The homies are stopping by. We're gonna have some interviews with 2 really hardworking artists. One coming out of the city of Fresno, one coming out of our very own hometown, San Diego, a San Diego hometown hero.
Yup.
Mr. Sham Black is in the house, and MC Wix.
Oh man.
Full disclosure, I've interviewed Wix before for Crappy Awesome, but this is the first time he's on our live show, so this is gonna be dope.
Yes.
We're still going live. That's news,
Mhm.
right? We're still going live. The jury is still out whether or not I want to go live forever. I do want to do some recorded shows because there are shows and people's schedules where I can like get those interviews during the week.
Right.
Especially for people on the East Coast. We usually have to get those interviews earlier because we have some cool people coming in from the East Coast that are going to be on the show as well. All over the coast.
Mm-hmm.
We've done other countries already.
We have.
Netherlands, stand up. We're big.
Or sit down, man.
We're big in the Netherlands, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Killing the Netherlands game. But yeah, MC Wix is coming in from Fresno. Let's see. I met Wix out on tour with Noah James.
I remember that,
Eddie was with
yeah.
us. We were out on those streets,
Mm-hmm.
performing in Fresno, and I think we went out there with Reverie as well.
Correct. Yep.
Right.
And
So
met with him again.
I met with him again. Wix is like our go-to guy in Fresno, and for a while he was everybody's go-to guy, and now you better get in line.
Yes, right.
You better get in line because Wix is working. We're going to talk to him about his time. He's sharing his time with us tonight, but I know his time is constantly being taken up. I want to see how that transition has been from being a local hometown hero to someone repping the coast and in a real big way. So that's going to be really cool. And then the young homie Sham Black is on the show. I don't know if you know a lot about Sham Black, but if you don't, you should get very familiar.
And they will.
And obviously, we're having him on this show, so there's a reason for that. It's because he's out here killing the game. Innovative dude. He's out here promoting his whole movement. That Sham Black movement is something to be reckoned with if you're out here in the West Coast. And it's only getting bigger. And so we thought we'd bring him on and let him talk to you a little bit about managing his own brand. He manages a clothing brand as well. I'll let him tell you all about that and just what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's been, I was hearing that he's now like officially manifested himself to do what he does, his music, full time.
Full time, that's awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do any more of his side hustles. Now that is, so it's like,
that's good.
That's beautiful.
So
man.
let's talk. Let's see if he'll spread some jewels, drop some gems. If you are an artist, which a lot of the listeners of this show are, the watchers of this show are at least creatives. This is a good night, man. We got two very creative people and two dudes who are actually working in their fields and making it work.
Right, exactly.
Right? A lot of people can try to do it, but to get it lined up and actually, build some headway, it's not that easy.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Ask most rappers. Most rappers you've never heard of. That's just the reality of it. Mm-hmm. So if you get a little bit of leeway and some headroom on your journey as an independent artist, it's a big deal. Both these artists are doing that. So we're going to be talking to them. Also, if you are not familiar with what we do here on Platform Collection, make sure you subscribe, share, turn on the alerts, man. We got a bunch of shows.
Yes, they're out there, man. We got Beat Block, The Hartford Truth. I mean, different shows that you do as well. I mean, are we good, man?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm noticing that. See, this is that thing with live is that I'm noticing that it seems like it's dropping some frames, and I don't like that.
Maybe they want to do competition dropping, like we're dropping gems.
I don't know. Well, guys, you guys already know. If you're on this live, thank you for tuning in to watch us record this show. When it comes out and it's live on the channel, it's edited down, and then we edit it out. Especially the drops, especially if it's live and we drop. Occasionally we drop. YouTube just does that to us sometimes. I have no idea what that is. After spending countless amounts of money on upgrading internet, there's not a whole lot more we can do. But,
right, yeah.
But we went from like hood internet to good internet, and it still doesn't make much difference.
Well, let's just go maybe back to hood internet.
I don't know. No,
okay.
I mean, then they'd be dropping. I remember when we first started, we dropped a lot. Remember?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, just occasion for whatever reason, the last couple of weeks, maybe we're getting hated on. I don't know.
They've been doing upgrades. Like even in my neighborhood, I didn't have it for like half a day because they were doing some upgrades. So they'll probably eventually come here if they haven't come in this area.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, they got glitches out there, man.
They got glitches, those bitches. They got glitches. Yeah,
how was
guys,
your week, man?
It's good, man. I was just thinking about today. Like, I don't think I went outside today at all. I was in the studio all day.
Yeah, when I came here, you were doing.
I was finishing beats. I've been making 2 beats a day. It started off as 1 beat a day, but then that started happening
too quickly.
Yeah, it was just too fast.
Oh, okay. When you say fast, how long was that?
I mean, sometimes if I'm I've been making beats for a long time. So if there's a loop, if I find like a loop, which I've already done all that, like I have literally stacks and stacks of loops that I want to eventually work on. Yeah. So I have a folder of that. So any loop I pull out of there is something that I'm already going to want to work on. And then I just have my techniques and I can pull together a beat within an hour.
That's fire, dude.
But so I'm trying to at least do 2 of those a week, and then started rehearsal again today because we got some shows. Invisible Poncho's got some shows coming up. LA stand up. We're gonna be in the house.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna be in the house in LA very soon as well. Oh, and we just got some news for is it April? No, May. When's that? We have a San Diego show coming up. With a company called Art Unites.
Yeah.
That's May, right?
Yes,
May 14th?
May 14th.
I think it's like May 14th or something like that. So people in San Diego have been asking when we're going to perform in San Diego. We've really wanted to, to do that.
Right.
But the scheduling just wasn't working out. But now we have recently just got booked in San Diego. So we'll be at the Kensington Club in San Diego. And then in LA, I believe we'll put the information out.
Yeah,
but we'll be LA.
Santa Ana, but I think that's
Santa Ana?
Yeah.
Santa Ana? Is it? That's even better.
Yeah, let me see here. I just the name of it is it's just
and I believe it's an evening show.
Yeah, from 5 to 11.
From 5 to 11. What's the address?
April 2nd. No, it's called it's in the city of Cudahy. Cudahy.
Cudahy.
Yeah, but when I looked it up, it was like in the Santa Ana area.
Eddie's booking us at like circuses and shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting booked.
I mean, wherever the people, we go where the people love us. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, check us out. San Diego, LA, we're coming to your town.
Southgate area, probably somewhere
Southgate.
around that area. Yeah.
Somewhere around Southgate.
Yeah, not too
But
far from
yeah,
them,
follow me, KILLcRey.com. I'll be putting up the tour dates. And there's more dates getting booked right now. So yeah, that's all I've been doing though, man. Is kind of rehearsing, making beats. We're making new Invisible Ponchos music.
Yes. We got merch.
We got new merch too, man. Hit us up. Oh, we got to put that on the. I keep forgetting we need to put that on the website. We're gonna put that on the website. We got new PlatformCollection shirts. The I Take Hip Hop Personal T-shirt, which is super dope. People have been wanting that one for a minute, so we got them. And shout out to Smiley Face Printing for
helping us throughout the whole process.
For helping us with the merch.
We got it from them. So
yeah, man,
they were great.
So man, I'm excited today. I want to talk to Sham Black and MC Wix about getting over like because like, here's the thing. A lot of creatives that I talk to consistently talk about that that like how would you call it, like resistance, like the resistance to do things that are even things that you know are things you should do,
right?
Even things that you know could possibly lead you to making money or whatever, advancing your craft. How even the most talented of artists still have blocks with that,
right?
I mean, I know some really talented artists who are still fighting through just the necessity of having to do anything.
Right.
And it's weird that, you know, I feel like creative people tend to have that a lot. I think that would probably go with the stereotype of like, you know, like the burnout artist or like, because mostly what they're talking about is like an artist who couldn't motivate themselves to turn their art and do all the work that comes with that to turn that into a career. Because a lot of the times when people are trying to make their art a job, what they're thinking in their mind and what it takes to make that an actual viable business is so far apart. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, we experienced that early on. Early on, we were like, we wanted to do a lot of the stuff that people got to see.
Right.
And then you find out as things advance that the majority of the work is done with nobody watching. Right?
So true, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yourself.
With you, except yourself, yeah. And so I want to talk to Wix and Sham about that, talk to them about getting over, you know, how do they motivate themselves to do the amount of work that they're doing? Because they're both doing a lot of work.
Right.
Respectively, you know, they're doing a lot of shows. And they're up and down the coast. So I want to know what that is. They're also managing brands. Wix is, I don't know if you don't follow MC Wix, please do. Watching his journey has been an amazing one.
Right. Yeah.
We got hip to him, like I said, a few years back and have been able to watch and for sure for audiences, because I know everybody nowadays wants, like, I want to know if it's real. Is it real? Is he real? He's real. That's what he's doing is what he's been doing. He's just done it so much now that you have to take notice.
Right.
And I think Sham, he's along that same path, you know? But definitely Wix is been out there killing it. And that doesn't come easy. A lot of people think that comes easy. You know, being everywhere is not easy.
At all. It's draining and, you know, and different things happen.
Right. And very quickly, one of the things that happens is, this is another thing I want to talk to them about, is like how much they've thought about like building their teams. You know what I mean? What people do they keep around them? Because you and I know, like, very quickly, as you do start to gain footing in the entertainment industry, you can get pulled many different ways very quickly. Because people like to stand next to shiny things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? That selfie life is a real thing. That selfie culture, that's a real thing, man. People are sometimes weigh out their own self-worth on by who they're standing next to.
Right.
And that's sometimes that's okay. In some ways that's okay, right? If you're just judging that on like I'm around really good people, yeah, that says a lot about you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like I'm around a lot of very popular people, that says almost the exact opposite of what you think it's saying. So I want to talk to Sham and Wix because I know they're already probably starting to get pulled. People probably all of a sudden have great ideas for them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure people are pitching Wix every idea up and down the block, because it's a moving train and people want to be on that, and you got to maneuver that. And sometimes working with people is good, and sometimes it's not. And we're going to talk to them about that. So again, if you're an artist and you're looking to find some footing, today is the day. We're bringing on very real case studies every week here on Chris Sees the Internet.
That's right. That is right.
Very real case studies of artists that are actually working and doing the job of being an artist, accepting themselves as an artist. And that's our goal here. And we just connect it right through the internet and bring them to you. So we're all just hanging out here. And make sure, don't just tune in for us, because I know we're killing it.
Yes.
But don't just tune in for us. There's another show on the network that is demolishing the game. Mm-hmm. And it's called The Heartful Truth.
Yeah.
It's the newest show on the PlatformCollection network, hosted by 7 Octobers, Melly Moreno. And man, they got a good one there, man. I mean, they got a good how would you call it? A hook, right?
Yes.
Their hook is great because
awesome, bro.
They're bringing on artists. A lot of the artists that we have on our shows, you know, we all kind of trade artists and interviews and introduce people to each other. But what they're talking to everybody about is the emotional part of being an artist and dealing with those emotions and the things that have a lot more to do with the heart than just the pen game or the production game or the technical side.
Right, right.
And they just had Noah James on, the new Noah James episode where they talk about grandmothers.
Yeah, man.
We all got them.
It's touching, bro. It's touching.
We all got them. Some of us have some good ones. Some of us not.
Yes.
But they talk about all that kind of stuff. They talk to Mickey Vale about accepting herself as an artist. They talk to XP the Marksman, who's killing it. Just hooked up with Snoop Dogg. He was just on their show talking about moms. Dealing with moms as an artist. Fucking dope.
Yeah, bro. I mean, and the 2 guests that are coming up, dope as well. Can
you share yet, or are you keeping it? Oh, they like to keep their things kind of under wraps. Huh?
Yeah,
okay.
And then they'll just.
But people would be excited.
Yeah, once you see the commercial before the show.
Yeah,
that's when you'll know.
Okay, cool. So that's under wraps.
Yeah.
And then also, man, if you are a producer, dude, I tuned in this last show. And the show that's coming up is fire. But B Block TV, if you're a producer or a lover of beats or just a hip hop lover, you got to tune in to B Block TV, man.
Right, right.
I'm talking 2 hours live streaming of music by producers, producer centric. So you're not hearing raps, you're hearing beats. Right. Occasionally they'll throw in a rap song, but it's beats. We're showing that we're taking the producer from standing behind and putting him out in the center stage where he belongs as well.
Right.
Or he or she. Because don't get it twisted. The ladies come in on B Block TV and smash it. Mm-hmm. The lady producers are out there representing. Yeah. If you're a producer, a beat maker, an enthusiast, send your beats in. Send in your sketches. 3 beats or more. HipHopEddie@gmail.com. Right?
.com.
There it is. HipHopEddie@gmail. Please go there and send them your beats if you want to be featured. Because even if you're just starting out, this is a cool thing on his show. There's some producers that are just starting out. And man, oh man, they get played right next to like Curtis King and Nug Life and just crazy dope producers that are killing the game. Then there'll be a dude who's like in the chat room and is like, dude, that's my beat. I've never had my beat played before by anybody. And that person's like right on with Curtis King. Because he's playing those beats too. Yeah. Curtis King, Nug Life, who else?
I mean, you are,
man,
these names.
I'm going blank, but
I have my
all
list.
the dope producers. Ascend Beats. Man, I went blank for a second. Yes. Ascend is on there. Like, there's just a lot of dope producers in the underground that are really rising right now.
Yes.
And Gene Flow is playing their beats. Sometimes beats people have never even heard, exclusives. And the cool thing I like what you guys do is their policy over at Beat Block TV is you just send it in and they're going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to imagine, let's be honest, guys, here. You got to imagine, and I know Gene would love to do that forever, but I imagine that you are not going to be able to do that forever.
Right. We have had a conversation that way about that it's like eventually it's going to be
too many beats. Right. Yeah. So because people send them in, I mean, you guys aren't even getting to play everybody that sends them in a week anymore, right? They're getting spread out.
They got to be spread out, and then probably a rotation maybe a month later or so.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the other thing is if you send your stuff in, it gets played, especially if it gets a good response, because the chat room is vocal on that. Mm-hmm. That show, the chat room is vocal. I mean, they're talking the entire show. So you want to definitely go there and get your beats judged by some people who kind of know what they're talking about. Like, there's a lot of dope producers in these chat rooms. And so far, by the way, I've never seen anybody get hated on. No. I've seen some good constructive criticism, but I've also seen, people give some gems out.
Yeah, they do, man.
And then that person come back the next week and kill it. Like, it's just a really dope community. So we're trying to build this really dope community here at Platform Collection. And then maybe you're just not a YouTube person as much, like you catch us, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you catch Chris Sees the Internet.
Yeah.
That's probably all you catch, really. But other than that, maybe you're like, I do also want to take in some other shows.
Yes, you do.
And one of those shows is we do audio as well. We do award-winning audio, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We do big level audio at Platform Collection. If you want the audio podcast, the Parker Edison Project by KPBS on NPR.
Yes, it's out there.
We're not fucking around.
Mm-mm.
We're talking serious podcast here. I mean, Parker's going to win an award this year for sure. I feel it. I feel like Parker's got it wrapped up.
He does.
So Parker Edison, the Parker Edison Project, anywhere podcasts are found.
Mm.
Man, he did a feature on Thought Fest. Tumex has been on his show. Micah 9, Master Ace. Crazy. You should see the people he's got coming up too. He's got some big ones too coming up. Everybody's killing it, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's killing it. So, yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Platform Collection. And I feel like
we're almost. We got a couple of minutes.
We got a couple minutes, right? Yeah. Let me go ahead and open up this Zoom, and I realize now how to like silence it for them. That recording thing. Remember we were having that recording.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you that question now. What?
Yeah, it plays, but they don't hear it anymore.
Oh, they do. Oh, okay.
So that's perfect. Nice.
Yeah.
You know,
so we can say, hey,
we fixed it.
It's fixed.
yeah, we fixed it. But we're gonna open up the Zoom channel, and we'll be awaiting Sham Black.
Yeah,
it's coming up.
Excited.
So if you guys haven't checked out Sham Black, and this is your first time, man, tune in, listen up, and learn from an artist who's out there working. He's making a name for himself. Mm-hmm. He's meeting all the right people.
Right.
Hanging with the right people, making the right moves, building his own team. He's being original, and he's out there working. So tune in, and we're going to get to know him. And I'm going to get to know him even more right now just with you guys. Because I know Sham, but I can't say it's not like we see each other every day or
right.
You know, I know him from the community, and his work speaks for itself.
Yeah, that's how.
That's another thing.
Yeah, how I came across with. I mean, from you, and then I started seeing him out there on some flyers. Caught a couple shows, and I was like, "Oh man!" I mean, I remember saying, "Oh, is that him?" And you were like, "Yeah, that's him, man. That's Sham." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty dope." So yeah, just seeing him out there, man. It's I just be able to talk to him or hear what he got to say.
Because we ain't going. Look, to me, here's the thing: is if you're killing it, and I find out that you're killing it, I'm trying to share my audience with you.
Yes.
Especially if I think that you're like a dope person both these individuals on the show today, I think they're dope people.
Yeah.
So that's important to me. I mean, if you guys follow or have followed anything I do or anything Platform Collection does, I mean, that's just, you got to be dope, man. And I don't mean like just artistically, like just as a person.
Yeah, that's very important.
It's super important to us. And it has a lot to do with how we run our business. Mm-hmm. And the two people that we have on today, Sham Black being one of those people, is a good dude. So that above all, and then that he's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I've always approached the entertainment business, and we still do to this day. So I think we got Sham Black in.
Dope.
Let me go ahead and patch him through. Sham, can you hear us? It is definitely dark. Let me see here. Let me see. I might be able to get it, work it on this side though. Hold on a sec here.
Yeah, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sham Black though.
No,
Sham Black is in the house, so don't get it twisted. We are live.
Yeah, we're live. This is.
Okay, let's see. It's a little lighter. Let's see. I mean, really, it's on you, man. I mean, yeah, I think we'd like them to see you. Okay, we'll patch you right back in. Just jump on and okay. Yeah, we'll be right back because I want you guys to see his face, man.
Yeah, man.
I want you guys to see his face. Sham Black.
You got any particular questions for him?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I've been ready all day. I hope you've been ready.
You can ready, bro.
You can try to get one in there today?
I'm going to try to work myself.
Okay. Your first question to Sham is going to be like, MC Wix, what do you... Oh, God damn it. Shouldn't have smoked that weed.
Yep. It got me again.
Let me check out the... Oh, you know what? I haven't done this in a couple of weeks. I haven't been checking the chat room during the show. Oh. Shout out to the chat room. Let's go. Luna, OG Foods. I'm still waiting for the invite to the... we got an invite to that.
I think we did.
To the farm. Let's get to the farm.
But there was no date. Okay.
OG Farmer. Shout out to Luna. Long Hair 5150. Corrego. Shout out to Secret Saviors of Underground Hip Hop. If you don't know about that, more coming up later on that. MC Wix is in the chat room already. There you go. Get some questions ready for RG. I'll probably take some questions from the chat room if you got them.
Yeah.
Serve them up for MC Wix, Sham Black. 7 Octobers, I see you.
Yeah.
That's the fam. Low Key One, I see you. Vic Von P, that's the fam. Let's go. Robert Ortiz the third.
Fresno. He's from
Fresno to the world. 559, stand up.
That's dope.
You know they're representing this today. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see where we're at here with Sham Black. Sham, is he there? Maybe he's getting a lamp.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, but this is the live part of this show.
This is the live part of the show?
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
Yes.
Are you still working out?
I mean, I did today.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk. We're going to have a talk after this because I can't.
I can't even see my stomach.
You realize we went through 2 full seasons trying to lose weight.
Yeah. I mean, I'll weigh myself and see if that means anything.
I see Sham Black all the time on the Instagram. I'm going to start sending you his stories every time he's at the gym. If you ain't at the gym, you know what I mean? You fucking up.
It's been raining.
That's just the way we're going to get down. We're going to get down like that. You need that Monday morning motivation. I could see it in your eyes, bro. You got that I'm hungover look without being hungover.
Yeah. I do have that.
All right, I think we're getting Sham set up here. Oh, yeah, he's looking good. Let's go ahead and we're going to patch him in.
Get him in. I'm just trying to look at
he's got a lamp and everything. This is real independent hip hop right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted. Oh yeah, he's good now. Oh man, it's almost like he's movie quality now. We might have to. Let me see if I can go ahead and. Bow.
Oh, beautiful.
You're good, man. Oh, now it's. Let me see here. No. I can take care of that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Look at that. Woo, fire. Oh man, you look like you're shooting a video now. Ladies and gentlemen, Shan Black is on Chris Season Air. Give it up, give it up.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yo, man, welcome to the show. It's long overdue. I feel like we've been headed in this direction anyways for at least a good year and a half. I feel like we've been headed this way anyways. I knew this was inevitable. In fact, this past week when we were putting out the names we put out a bunch of names on the board, and your name was up there, and of course we all knew it was coming. So I want to jump into this. For people who don't know, introduce yourself. Let them know where you're from. Let them know how you're getting down. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Man, speaking of hard work, bro, the theme of today's show is just that, is hard work. And I want to talk to you about that because as an outsider looking in and watching your movement, watching what you've been doing, it's obvious that the work is being done, right? That people who do the work can know when people are doing the work. And it's because it's something you can't lie about, really, you know? And the reality is
no audio.
Oh, let me see here. Is he? No, he's in. There he is. Test your mic again, Sham.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I think they just weren't reading you on the stream. Okay, we got you. So one of the reasons I wanted to have Sham on was because Sham is one of those dudes who I've been watching personally do all the work. He's doing the work. He's making moves. He's having a strategy. And stop me if I'm wrong on any of these things, Sham. From what I'm seeing is there's a strategy, there's a movement, there's a thought process, there's a palette, right? Like there's taste, that your own personal taste that you're bringing to it, all to kind of like encompass this very original looking and sounding artist, which is yourself, right? And you know, just as well as I know, it's very easy for an artist to fall into looking, sounding, moving like other artists, right? Because sometimes inspiration just does that to you. Sometimes you're just inspired and you're like, I'd like to try what that artist is doing. But eventually, I'm assuming you've been learning this because this is why you're moving forward. Eventually, you tend to really start to hone your own voice and your own fan base and your own audience. What has been your experience so far? Because correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to kind of give like a timeline for people so they can kind of understand this. I first came into contact with you back out at Hip Hop Wins, right? Which was it was a weekly event in San Diego. A lot of dope things came out of there. A lot of culture came out of there that still continues. Shout out to Kali. But I saw you there rock with Spooky Gang back in that iteration of Spooky Gang back then. It's changed since then. Members have changed and whatnot. But that's when I first saw you. And at that point, had you already been in the scene and just working your way up, or was that you stepping into the scene at that point?
No, that was definitely me stepping into the scene at that point.
Okay.
I kind of Milky Wayne, my cousin.
Shout out to Milky Wayne, producer Milky Wayne.
Yeah, the producer Milky Wayne is my cousin, and that's my mom's brother's stepson. Okay. So when I came home, I had seen I came back from the military in 2017, the end of 2017. Okay. I really wasn't tripping on the rap like that. I kind of was seeing it, but I really wasn't tripping. I had seen Wayne and Vinny on KPBS broadcast or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? My cousin with Vinny, I went to school with Vinny. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
When I was ready to come out, Wayne was inviting me to these shows. He was inviting me, and I was kind of like, I ain't gonna fuck with it. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, when you see me at Hip Hop West, that was when I started to say, okay, this is the scene. I'm about to come right here, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of checking it out, seeing what's going on.
How much did you entering a music scene, right, is always interesting because in a lot of ways, and we've talked about that on this show a lot, in a lot of ways, a scene can turn very high school very quick. Right?
Oh yeah, like, super cliquish, man.
Very cliquish, very popularity. So maneuvering it and finding success in it says something about the way you move because it's not easy, right? There's a lot of roadblocks. There's a lot of things that can deviate you from your plan. And the next thing you know, years have gone by and you're away from your plan. From what I've seen from you, it seems like to me, and correct me, like I want to know, because there's a lot of young artists who listen to this. I want them to see and learn through your journey. Was the plan laid out from the get-go, or did you sit back and watch? How did you know how you were going to come out the game?
Well, a lot of it was just kind of like adapt and overcome. I came into the game. I came into the San Diego music hip hop scene with Spooky Gang. Mm-hmm. Initially, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still a part of Spooky Gang. I think I'm one of the front runners of Spooky Gang. I think I pushed that agenda very, very heavy. Not just with me on my online presence, but in my actual life, you know what I'm saying? People see me and they scream out Spooky Gang every time, bro. It's gonna happen. So facts. I came out with them and I was under the impression that I was with the top of the crop. Not to say that they're not the top of the crop, but just things changed, plans changed, life happened. We entered COVID, and a lot of people say, this is the time they got to take, their career into their own hands. At first it was a little discouraging for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. I took it personal, man. I'm like, damn, these fools don't like me. That was the first thing. Then I'm like, well, why y'all want to kick with me for it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's not the case. That wasn't the case. I don't believe. For a long time, I did held that in my heart. But at the end of the day, I'm a soldier. So what I did take from that was that I was going to have to do a lot of the legwork myself. I was going to have to figure out a lot of the stuff by myself, and I was going to have to push it by myself. So, for the young people listening, when you start to say what you want, I think the universe is going to ask you, is this what you really want? And as long as you keep saying, yeah, going back to that drawing board and kind of just recalibrating, not losing sight of your end goal, but you know what I'm saying? The little goals that lead up to the end goal might change. So, that's how I kind of took it once the shit didn't pan out the way that I, in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have this song with this person and I could work with this person. I'm pretty much a chameleon when it comes to the music. We're working with people. I could work with anybody. I feel like I got such a universal style. So when that happened, I took it a little personal, but at the same time, I had to like step back and evaluate it. Like, okay, what is this gonna teach me? You know what I'm saying? And what it was teaching me was that, I'm gonna have to go out and meet these people myself. I'm not gonna be able to really stand on nobody else's like credibility, and I'm not gonna be able to stand on nobody else's. I'm gonna have to stand on my own 10 toes, basically. You know what I'm saying? Which I was already aware that I'm a big Nipsey Hussle fan. So I'm already, I come from the gangbang culture. I come from that background. I'm not a gang member. I don't gangbang, but it's just real close to me. So, I see it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? I'm experiencing it firsthand. So I already knew I was going to have to stand on my own name. I just thought that I would have, a lot more behind me when it was time to do that. But that's been the story of my whole life, growing up in Barrio Logan, being, so close to the Hispanics and coming from the African-American culture or from the African-American community over here. I was always just the outsider, man. And I always had to stand on I always had to stand alone in the shit and figure it out. And I never failed in the shit. Like, you know, from going to Memorial Junior High to going to Logan, you know what I'm saying, playing baseball at Memorial Park. Like I was always just the odd person. And I was already, God was going to do that for me. You know, I thought it was going to be different. Like when I joined the military, you know, I have all these people to kind of guide me and direct me and learn from. You know, I still have that, but not as close. You know what I'm saying? Anything people that I could just reach out to and talk to. And then also, you know, when you have similar interests and stuff like that, you know, a lot of people have a common goal, a common end goal. You know, everybody wants the big house and the cars and the money and stuff like that, but not a lot of people want to really go out and like make the connections and do the work that's going to get you there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I think about it now, like this very moment about, you know, all of that and where I thought I was going to get help at and stuff like that, like, nobody knows, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows. That's why I was so grateful for PlatformCollection and, you know, y'all having, you know, the dialects that y'all have and the conversations that y'all have, because, you know, on the outside, it was answering questions for me. And I wasn't even as close to y'all, you know what I'm saying, as I would have liked to been or as I could have been, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, boom, free game, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I live my life, period. You know, I got a lot of older people around me that kind of just be like, nah, man, you shouldn't really do that. You know what I'm saying? This might be a little bit easier for you, or this sounds more lucrative for you, but if you do that, man, you think about it, man, you're going to lose on that side. So, you know what I'm saying? Having Parker there, having OG Hip Hop Eddie there, just the dialect and the conversations that y'all have, you know what I'm saying? If you go back and dissect it, man, it's a lot of game in that. And that's so dope. I kind of just took from there, man.
So, okay, so talk to me about this. Like when you, because you mentioned this a little bit that, you know, you have a style that goes with a lot of different types of music, right? And this is true because I've heard you put out projects that, like, say you're like a boom bap hip hop fan, you would like it. I've seen you rock shows and turn the fuck up and people dancing, and I've seen all those kinds of things. When you approach music as the art part, like the artist part of you, what is the thing that's motivating you the most? Like when you're sitting down for something, where do you usually find your motivation comes from?
Where I'm going to connect that with the audience. How does this beat connect with me as a listener, as opposed to a creator? You know what I'm saying? And I think that as long as I keep that formula, I'll be successful.
I agree. And do you think that when you are right now, when you're looking at the people that you have around you, because we're talking about doing the work, and again, you are one of those artists. Please, ladies and gentlemen, follow Sham Black on Instagram. In fact, let me throw that up right now so you guys can do that if you're in the chat room. If you're listening to this on the audio version, you can head over to YouTube and check it out. There it is, Sham_Black. That's BLAK on Instagram. Follow him. Check out his music. He just dropped a song. In fact, speaking of boom bap, he just dropped a song with a friend of ours, Afro. Shout out to Afro. Young man still killing it in the game.
Killing it, boy.
And they both just go barbarian on that song. So go check that song out. That's out right now. That's called 21, right?
Yes, sir. 21.
Yep. And so when you're putting together your team, the people that you keep closest to you, the people that you're moving with business wise, how have you done that? Or have you done that? And how has that, how have you gone about picking that?
It's a process of elimination for sure, bro. Yeah. This game, this industry, this hobby of ours that it's very expensive, very time consuming.
Yeah.
You can't really, it's hard to say who can and can't go, because everybody like develops at a different time, and their business sense and, you know what I'm saying, their hustle kind of, it's hard to tell the brain to go. Yeah. And then expect it to like pick up and go, you know what I mean? Yeah. But throughout the process, man, the 48 laws of power says, man, you got to just remain vulnerable and you got to trust your decisions. You know what I mean? You can't be worried about what's going to work and what's not going to work. You just got to keep going, bro. Even through all the losses, I met a person, engineer. The engineer wasn't really my style. we're entering a business deal. On the back end, he's like not giving me what I want, you know. So obviously, I'm not gonna give him what he wants, which is the money.
Yeah,
you know, it pans out like that sometimes. But you know, you got to be vulnerable enough to take the loss, but you got to be strong enough to keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? So in my business ventures and my endeavors, you know, it's just been me and my manager, man, me and Hookmonger. That's just the guy that's been riding with me and, you know, been holding me down the whole time and really, awesome. You know, pushing the energy forward and being kind of like my go-to, like my big bro in when my time of need, or if I need some advice or just some big homie advice and shit like that. You know, he been the one that's kind of like, hey, okay, yeah, I'm gonna listen to what you got to say, and then this is my opinion, and I respect his opinion a lot. So
that's dope.
How did you guys meet?
In Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I record at Sound Lounge. He's a big dog up there at Sound Lounge. You know, he's an internet guy. He's on the internet laughing and joking. You know, he's open, he's welcoming. You know, he got that welcoming energy, and so dope. You know, he's very friendly and he's just very, you know, he's very communal. You know what I'm saying? He's oriented in the community, so he not looking at you like, oh, who are you and why are you talking to me type energy. He kind of like, hey, you tight? You know, I'm gonna invest some energy. I'm gonna laugh with you. I'm gonna kick you with you. And I noticed that, bro. And I was like, nah, this dude is like cool. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times you meet people like that, or you hear situations and you hear people trying to take advantage of the cool people, or, you know what I'm saying, the not so judgmental people, or the people that's not really pushing people away. You know, you kind of say, oh no, they're too welcoming. But nah, man, he welcomed me in, and then I was like, oh man, listen, this is who I am. This is where I'm at in it, you know. He had some prior arrangements going, and I was like, cool, you know, I'm a team player, bro. You know, I don't need to be the star runner. You know, I just play my part and keep it going. And that was like, you know, early 2020, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then some things on his side didn't kind of pan out in the way that he wanted to. And I told him, hey man, you know, I can't promise you nothing, but this is where I'm going, and I'm about to achieve this. This is what I'm trying to achieve. Pull up on me if you with it. And you know, he pulled up on me. He was like, okay, I see it. And then the more he started to come around, and the more I started to explain my vision to him, the more he started to say, okay, that makes sense now.
That's tight.
Boom. Now he's like,
good.
I asked him like, yo, can you be my manager, man? He's like, yeah, man, I'll manage you, bro. You don't even have to do nothing really. You know, just show up, do the talking. Yeah. So that's it now.
That's dope, man. That's really dope. And I like that. This is what I always like about artists who know when they're ready to have management around them, because I think sometimes, true or not, Eddie, sometimes people go either too long before they do that, right? They start to put together a whole structure and then have to like retroactively putting people in. And then there's sometimes people who do it too early. Right. Yes. And then they're it's mostly just a loss because they're just giving.
Yeah. It's a
and,
tough
you know what I mean? They're not getting anything out of it. And it's really dope. It is really dope because obviously, again, you can just see, and I'm sure, you know, it's probably just a good move on his part too. When he sees the talent and he sees the work, obviously, you know, Eddie, you're a manager. Like that's the kind of artist that most managers are hoping for. A self-motivated artist, because that's such a big part of the game. I mean, let's be honest. It's the only real part of the game that matters in the long run is self-motivation.
Yes.
If you cannot get yourself to do the job, it's a wrap.
Who else gonna do the job, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've had conversations with people where they feel like the manager is supposed to do all the legwork. And, you know, they're supposed to like just sit there and create and just be a rapper and be famous. And it's like, bro, there's situations that, no, for real, bro. Like there's places where you can go and do that at, man. You ain't gonna get paid a whole lot of money that you think. You know, we see it time and time again. Artists like, hey, tell this label to just drop me because they're not letting me put no music out, and they're trying to control everything. And it's like, duh, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's their company.
Yeah, they did all the work, bro. You have no leverage because you're not doing the work. So you don't know nothing. You're just, you know, the lack of information, bro, is vital in our community, man. And that's what I be just trying to say. Like the game, the information that y'all giving out, the people that y'all bringing here, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to recreate the wheel if you just pay attention. There's people that are doing the work for you, bro.
Well said.
You know?
Well said. Yeah.
And go ahead.
Yeah, and that's definitely, I think, one of the things that we're shooting for. I'm glad you see that, because I like bringing you on the show, right? Like not only do I want to just give you your flowers for doing the hard work and then putting you in front of an audience that I think will vibe with you, because I'm sure they will. I'm sure if once you guys go check out Sham shit, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, this is some shit that we fuck with. But on top of that, I also want your knowledge. I want your knowledge for our audience so that they can see a proof of concept, because that's what you are. You're a walking proof of concept of your own concepts. Like that's real shit. And a lot of times artists kind of get in that role, especially artists, right? Because we're creative, we're in tune with our sensitivity a lot of times, and sometimes that can become a burden. And you lean in on that and hope that someone's going to do something to help you get where you need to get. And you put a lot of weight on that. Yeah. And I see a lot of people waiting around for that. And I think it's to your credit, bro, that again, you came in, you saw the scene, you went through the early parts. You're like, okay, I got to readjust. I got to pivot. I told Curtis King this last week. I'm the biggest fan of pivoting, bro. When somebody tells me like, yo, I was doing this, it's not working, I'm doing this now, I'm cheering them on, because I'm like, what that means is you evaluated a situation. You said, this could work better. I'm going to do this. That's genius.
Man. That's all I've been talking about. You know, if you listen to a lot of my music, I'm just talking about, you know, just self-development, man, and developing yourself and knowing yourself and bettering yourself and getting yourself to be the best you could be. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to impact society and you want to impact the world, man, work on yourself. And then it'll start to work, man. You'll see the world starting to respond to you, responding to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well said.
Yeah, man, it's like you focus on the better, man, the better gets better, bro. You know what I'm saying? You focus on the bad gets worse. And it's like, you got two choices, man. You can do it or not do it, you know, but not doing it isn't going to get you to whatever you're talking about. You know, you can talk about it all day, bro. You can go on the internet. You can post all these memes. You can say whatever you want to say about anything in life. But if you're not taking the steps to do that shit, you're just prolonging it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the longer you prolong it, the less credible you become. Because now it's going to be like, fool, how are you saying all that, but you're doing all of this?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Very
you just become a walking contradiction, bro. And like me just being super, you know, analytical and just hyper freaking criticizing shit. I'm like, oh, bro, that's not going to work because they haven't done the steps. Yeah. That's not going to work over here because they're assuming that the bad habits that they've picked up are going to change by just, you know what I mean, shifting your environment. And sometimes it does work like that. You know, you take a drug addict, you remove him from his environment. I'm saying you inject him into a positive environment and, you know, they start to change. You know what I'm saying? They could drop the drugs, start pick up better, healthier habits. But not all the time is that easy. We hear about people relapsing, going back to it.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. So, you know, I use that also as motivation. Like, oh, bro, I can't stop. I can't let up, because if I let up, then this is the possibility. You know what I'm saying? This is the outcome. This could be the outcome, man. You know, with that chip on my shoulder, it's like, bro, nah, there's answers. And I'm going to go find those answers. I'm going to go find people who have those answers. I'm going to go find people who know people who have those answers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
And I'm going to have the fucking balls to weather whatever storms. If motherfuckers need me to clean up shit. You know, when I was in Afghanistan, I was a PFC, man. I had deployed in 2009 to Afghanistan to right outside the Congo. I was in the Nuristan district, right outside of OP Mace. And I got there and some of the NCOs kind of being mean to me, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like hazing me. And at first I thought it's because I was black, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of black people up there, this and that. But the more, like at the end of the lesson, when I finally got it, you know, they was just trying to make sure that, you know, it's like gang culture, bro. You got to be tough to be over here, bro. We can't have no punks.
Right.
You know, nobody that's scared. You can't be scared to shoot. You got to
get someone killed.
Role. Yeah, bro. You got to understand. Now, I was a computer tech. You know what I'm saying? A radio tech. I worked on radios and communication computers and satellites and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I got stationed with the infantry. So, you know, these boys play different than we do where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at is real PC. You know, there's you got certain just certain privileges, you know what I'm saying? A certain way of life that it's not really military driven. It's kind of a tech world life, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's kind of, you know what I mean, tiptoey, gadgety, shit like that. But when I got there, it was like, hey man, you got to burn the trash, you got to burn the shit. And I was like, no, the fuck I don't. I was like, y'all not about to have me doing all the slave work, bro. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to work on the computers and make sure y'all can talk from here to there. And then it was like, yes, the fuck you are. And I was like, no, the fuck I'm not, bitch. Like, you don't know who I am? I'm like, we could fight, we could shoot, whatever, how you want to do it, bro. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I was doing that. I ended up having to burn the shit with the medic. I had to burn the trash and a couple other things that, you know, they gave me for kind of bucking as they was trying to break me. And as I progressed in the military and as I ranked up and I got more rank, I realized that it wasn't that they was being mean to me, but they just needed me to understand that I wasn't in charge. I'm saying that when someone asked me to do something, I needed to do it as quick as possible because lives were at risk. You know what I'm saying? People, it's real. It's real. It's real.
It was bigger than just you.
Yeah. And I think that's when I started to realize, you know what I'm saying, and started to take information in as like, okay, how does this apply to me? And how can I make sure that I'm doing my best when giving this information? And I think that's when I really started to just, okay, it's not always about me. You know what I'm saying? It's about this. This is the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got stuck with the shitty end of the stick for a little bit, you know, but I was the lowest ranking man. In my next deployment, I was an E4 and I didn't have to burn shit. And I didn't have to do all the extra bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else had to do it. And it was my turn to explain to them like, hey, bro, they're not being mean to you.
Yeah.
You know, somebody has to do it and you're going to do it, bro. There's a lesson in this right here. My lesson was that I was this cocky ass, you know what I'm saying, kid, you know, and I needed to be humble. And they were going to humble me one way or another, whether it was in a body bag or burning the shit. So, you know.
So let me ask you this, and I'm sure I kind of know the answer to it, but you obviously these lessons now transitioning into this business, the entertainment business, you know, especially in hip hop, it's got to have given you a little bit of a leg up in the fact that, because we talk about this a lot of times on this show, realistically, when they ask me what are the best characteristics to have in this industry, my number one always is toughness. It always is. Yeah, always, no matter what, because talent can be worked on, right? Even technique can be turned on. You and I know that. We know this.
Yeah.
We know this. But I'm saying,
bro, look at Gucci Gang. Look at 6ix9ine. Look at these like one-hit wonder fools that pop up like, hey, I suck, but I showed up every day and they gave me a chance.
Every day, I
showed up every fucking day. I was that kid looking in the window with the Savage, like, oh, let me in, please.
Yeah,
you know. And then when you get in there, you make Gucci Gang, and it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I fucking got 6 million off of this shit. You know, some people. That's what they, you know, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think that's going to be my story though. You know what I mean? I think my story, I'm going to die broke, but I think I'm going to definitely change my community. And I think that I'm going to give it all to my community and they're going to have that. You know what I mean? My family will be taken care of, but me as Shan Black, the person, I don't think I'm going to have much money in my power or in my grasps because, you know what I'm saying? Money to me, it come and go. The money don't matter, bro. It's like, for me, I would give the money away because I know I'm going to get more money. You know what I'm saying? I know more money is coming to me because I'm blessed like that. And money is in abundance in my life. You know what I'm saying? I touch a lot of money, bro, but I spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And whether it's $20 that I'm giving to somebody for a CD, my last 20, or if I'm getting burnt for $400 from fucking with the hackers on Instagram trying to fucking flip a cartoon video real cheap. You know what I'm saying? The money is gonna come and go, bro.
The grind is real.
Yes.
Yeah, the money isn't real, bro. You know what's real? It's like affecting this person that's out here selling their merchandise and they're like, damn, Shan Black bought one of my CDs, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that energy alone, because 2 years ago I was buying CDs and it wasn't a big deal. It was like, hey, another person bought a CD, but today it's like, damn, this nigga fuck with me. He bought my shit. Like, I'm even more of a fan to him now for the $20.
Yeah.
And I was going to spend $20 at the taco shop. You know what I'm saying? I was going to spend $20 on a box of fucking blunt wraps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was going to buzz down 20 at McDonald's anyway. I just won't eat McDonald's for today.
Yeah.
But it's cool because I got food. It's not like I don't have food. It's $20, bro. You know?
Yo, man, let me tell you.
It was a win-win there.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you guys, like, if you need, I say this about Sham's music. If you like winning, you'll like Sham's music. Like, that's really what it is. Like, if you need some blueprints on how to win, how to get your mentality straight, how to push forward, tune into Sham Black. Sham, tell people how they can follow you, how they can support you right now. I know you got a track out. Let them know.
Right now, we got out 21 featuring Afro, my man Offlow's official. He holding me down, man. It was a blessing to be able to just tap in with him up in LA, up in the valley. Shout out to Mikey, shout out to Patrick Antonian, who initially booked me for the show and kind of just made the segue and made the link. You can find that on all streaming platforms, wherever you go, just type in SHAM space BLAK. It's 8 letters. There's no C in my name. Just, you know what I'm saying? 8 letters. 8 is infinite, and there's no corners in 8. You know, I picked that up from one of my homegirls, Shelly Jane, and she kind of explained that to me, and I thought that was real dope.
That's
and then
dope.
When I really thought about it, I'm like, hold on, my name got eight letters in it. You know, and so I kind of took that gem from her, but you know, it resonated with me because there's no corners in 8. And you know, I felt like as I've grown in this music and I've grown on the San Diego scene, I feel like I didn't really cut. There were no corners for me to cut because there was no corners, bro. I really had to face everything straight up. So, you know, I really took that. Shan Black on all streaming platforms. Shan Black everywhere, bro. Shan Black everywhere. Everywhere. Anywhere you want to find me, Shan Black. SHAM space BLAK. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna pop up. You gonna see me. And straight like that, man. We outside.
Yo, I'll tell you this too. Before I let you go, Sham, just real quick. I noticed in the chat room too, you got a show invite from our homies over at the Gutted Cigar. They want you. They need you up there in the 805 very soon. So
yeah, Jeffrey,
I'm passing on the
Obvious,
message.
Jeffy Obvious, man. I love Jeffy Obvious. He's another one. I feel like you and him are just two
That's my G right
very,
there.
very vital people, bro. And the message that y'all have and the energy that y'all are sharing with just anybody who want the information, man, is really, really difficult to be upset with y'all or to have anything malice to say about y'all because it's so just selfless, bro. You know, it's so selfless what y'all doing, how y'all do it, man. And, you know, I can't wait to go up there and tap in. I wanted to tap in a lot more last year up that way. And I seen a lot of activities going up and, you know, being from down here, I'm right next to the border, like no cap, like, you know, being in Logan, but we might as well be in San Ysidro the way the gas prices is.
Oh,
so,
hell yeah.
You know, I got a small getter up there to get me up there, but you know, one of my goals last year was to be in LA and be up there in the north on the north side, you know, LA in those areas a lot more. And so far it's been true, and it looks like they're gonna help me make that even more.
Yes, yeah, and we're gonna make sure we lock that in, man. Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show, bro. Please don't let this be your last time. I'm expecting the next time you're out there promoting that you run through PlatformCollection. Let's get you on the rest of the shows as well, man. And we need to sit down and get the whole Sham Black story.
Yeah, PlatformCollection, man. Y'all got a special place in my heart, man. I love everything that y'all do. I love the energy that y'all putting out and just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, KILLcRey, man, you seen how I popped up, bro. You know, I do. Anybody can say whatever the hell they want to say, but you know what I'm saying? The truth is the truth, and you can't run from that, bro. That's real. It's real, bro. And I, you know, I'm gonna give it to you how it is, man, because I expect people to give it to me how it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect people to sugarcoat it and doctor it up and make it all pretty. Fuck that, man. It's a problem. This is the solution. Like it or not, but fucking tough nuts, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's awesome.
Salute to you, Sham.
Thank y'all for just having this platform and just, you know what I'm saying, allowing me to get on here and allowing other people to get on here. Shout out to MC Wix as well. I've been following him for a good amount of time and just watching his grind. And you know what I'm saying? I see him just eating, bro. And I'm just like, you know, I see people eating, bro, and that's giving me more motivation. You know what I'm saying? I see PlatformCollection moving and mentoring people and pushing the culture, bro, and that's giving me more motivation to just, you know, get my shit cracking. And you know what I'm saying? We could touch all 4 corners of the map if we all just, you know, take care of our responsibility and do what we're gonna do.
Well, we're definitely linked, Sham. You already know. Anything you need from us, always just reach out, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, please follow everything Sham Black, Sham_Black with a K, no C in his name on Instagram. We'll see you next time, Sham.
Yep. I'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all for the energy. Shout out all my spookies. Shout out anybody pushing any positive energy. Shout out Hookmonger. Shout out Guero Loco, my team. Shout out Sound Lounge. Shout out Mainline Distribution. Shout out Smurf. Shout out Smig. Shout out Platform Collection. KILLcRey, OG Hip Hop Eddie, Gene Flow, the whole Platform Collection, and you know what I'm saying. Shout out to San Diego music hip hop scene, man. Keep doing what y'all doing and making me proud.
Word up.
Thank you for coming on.
We'll see you soon, Sham.
Likewise. Y'all have a great one, man.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Sham Black.
Wow.
One of the good ones out there, bro. Make sure that you're following everything he does. Like we told you, if you want to support us, you will support the artists that we have on. That's what we prefer, man.
Recording in progress.
You know what I mean?
That's what we do here.
That's what we do here.
Just lining them up for you.
Yeah, and I definitely want to have Sham back on as well soon, man. So because there's still so much, dude. I think you should try to get him on the Heartful Truth as well. Like he seems like someone. I'd like to hear that story. The whole thing of going through the military, man.
I didn't know that part.
And setting up, your life after the military, man. That's challenging. I've had a lot of friends go through that, and it's challenging. Super challenging. But shout out to him. He's killing it, and it is challenging, but he's doing it. And I'm excited to invite him to the show again and get you guys familiar with his music. Please go check out his music, Sham Black. And if you're in Oxnard and Ventura, he's coming your way soon.
Yes.
Jeffy Obvious trying to make that happen. Look at that. People getting booked shows right in the chat room. That's how we're doing. Yes. Sundays, 7 p.m. You know how we do it. Let me see here. Well,
he's coming.
I think we got Wix coming up. Yep, Wix is coming up right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in for MC Wix, he's coming up right now.
And couple minutes, man. Couple minutes, we get him in. But I see him already. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, here he's coming through. We just got the Zoom line open. MC Wix, man. Hard worker. Chat room stand up. Make sure you show him some love. Again, follow the artists that we have on, man. Let's keep doing this. You know what I mean?
From one great artist to another great artist. What a great
shout out to American Air, by the way, in the chat room. Shout out to the Gutted Cigar, Jeffy Obvious, 86 Inca. Shout out to 86 Inca in the chat room. The homies. You should go check out their episodes on this show as well. They killed it when they came on, dropping major jams. But we got MC Wix. Wix, can you turn your phone sideways by chance? Is that possible? Or do you have it on a boom? There you go. There you go.
I got you.
Boom. MC Wix is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Chat room showing him some love. Dude, thank you for coming through. Fresno, stand up. Wix, man, it's good to see you, bro. I want to jump right into this. You are a dude that I have been watching now for the last few years. All of us at Platform Collection have been cheering you on for sure. I've watched you go from grinding like no other in your own city, literally from humble beginnings to literally there's a painting of you on a wall in Fresno, now to a point where you're leaving the city. I'm seeing you mostly out of your city more than you're in your city now, it seems like. And I want to talk to you about all of that, bro. A lot of times we have young artists who tune into the show, and tonight is just like any other. We're trying to bring them some knowledge they can actually use in their own creative careers. You're a dude who works really, really hard. The theme of the show tonight is hardworking. And I want to talk to you about how you first tell people how you got started out really quick. And then we'll move forward quick. Because I know that people, by the way, you can just Google this man. He's got a bunch of interviews out there. I'm not trying to stay on any of the topics that he already talked about, but we're going to quickly give you a little bit of background. Give him a little bit of background, Wix.
I've been rapping since 2008, born and raised in California. I started off with just freestyles and ciphers, but the day that was impactful, that changed my life forever, I met KRS-One and Planet Asia. That's the first hip-hop show I attended as a fan. I met them as a youth. They both gave me motivational words. They both gave me love, you know what I mean? They both gave me some game. And seeing those dudes on stage, seeing how much fun they were having, seeing the passion and the love and the joy that they were having, but also the joy that the crowd was having, what I was receiving, you know what I mean? Because I was fanning out, I was having a good time. I was like, man, I want to do that. That's what they do for a living. That's what they do every day. So after that event, I went to literally every single event in Fresno possible, from like underground showcases to, you know, international bigger acts coming in, to the janky shit, to the backyard shit, the warehouse shit, you know, parking lot, whatever. If there was hip hop in Fresno, you would see me. And I really think half the battle was just showing up. You know what I mean? Like everything I did in Fresno, I implemented in LA and in Southern California.
Yep.
I was local in Fresno and I climbed up the ladder. Like, it took a long time, man. It's a tough crowd out here, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I love Fresno for that at the same time, because they didn't give me none of this shit easy. Like, I really had to work. I really had to grind. Yeah, they don't care if you impress them one time, you gotta impress them like 4 times. Then they get the props. They're like, oh, you impressed me one time, you got lucky, but by the 4th time they give the props. And Fresno was the best training ground that I could have had. And I stayed here a little longer than maybe most people would say. I stayed local or stayed in the area longer than I should have. But I'm grateful for it, because by the time I hit SoCal, I was seasoned already. I was like a vet already, had like 7 years of shows under my belt.
Yep.
And rapping for a tough crowd that isn't moved easily. So when I went to other cities, they were like mind blown.
Yeah.
Fresno, they've seen my growth and development, but all these other cities that I've been to, they didn't get to see the trial and error. They just seen the perfected product, you know? And everything happens the way it's supposed to happen.
I think so, man. And I would say, I think that is, now that I know that part of the story, I think that worked so much in your advantage, because I know for me, and at least my homies that saw you and when the talk got back, because rappers talk, of course, we all know who's in the scene, especially if we see people doing good work. And I think one of the big things that was consistently said about you was the way you rocked live. Like, it seemed very like seasoned and polished.
Yeah.
And you can tell that you had put in the reps for so long. Did you feel like I know people might have said that took too long, but did you feel like it took too long? Do you have that feeling now where you're like, man, I wish I would have? Because you're relatively young still, Wix. Like, is it something that you look as with a little regret?
Nah. Well, when I was younger and a little bit more immature, I think around the 5th year of being active on the scene, 5th and 6th year, I was moving, but I was moving very, very like slowly. I'm moving in the right direction, but it's very snail-like. There is progress, but it's barely moving. Like, it's like wet paint dripping down a wall. Yeah, that's how slow the pace was moving, but it was moving in the right direction. So around my 5th or 6th year of being active, I think I did start having some bitterness. And now that I'm older and I've been in it longer, I realize a lot of people quit and give up around the 5th or 6th year. That's a very monumental year. Yeah. And any entrepreneur or artist or anyone striving to live out their dream, that's the year that the 5th or 6th year is gonna break or make you. And I remember I did a show one time. It was so crazy. It was one of my first. When I first started breaking out the scene of Fresno, I drove real far and I did a show, and there was a crowd, and everyone was rocking, and then I had to like rap after the headliner, and I was like, damn. And it was hella late, and I came like the furthest, and you obviously it's free, you got to pay your dues. Around that same kind of time period, out here locally, I was demolishing every single show. I was obliterating it. Like sometimes I feel like maybe even more than the headliner.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure, more than the locals. I was standing out. I know I was. The people know I was. You could just see it like black and white. You could see it crystal clear. And like a lot of promoters, they're putting me on like, they're giving me like the worst slots. And I don't like to like, I'm not going to beg for anything.
Sure.
Or demand anything. So I just tell myself to work harder. But that kept happening like back to back. And I remember at that show I just mentioned, I went outside and I was like, damn, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. And because I was just, it was just slept on, like so slept on and underrated for so many years. And but you know what though? The thing that keeps me going and the thing that keeps me motivated is I gotta remember why I started this.
Yeah.
And I gotta remember the reasons why, and I gotta remember the end game. The end game will always keep you going. You know what I mean? Because if you're just living in the moment, but you're not looking at the bigger picture, I think that's what causes people to quit, or that's what causes bitterness. Now that I look at the bigger picture, I say, you know, like, I just got to go harder. I just got to show up earlier. I just got to put in more hours. I got to be so dope. And I got to go so hard that my work ethic is undeniable. If you deny what I'm doing, then you're going to look crazy. And once I got over bitterness, that's where my mentality switched to that way of thinking. And that's the better way of thinking for sure. And I didn't have no OG or mentor teach me that. You know, life taught me that. I'm happy that even when I was bitter, I kept that shit to myself, because I probably would have been burning a bunch of bridges if I was talking reckless or acting like a diva, you know?
Yeah.
But I had a little phase. I think every artist has a phase, and that's just part of being a human. That's just human nature. But you gotta program yourself, you know, and you don't let emotion dictate anything. Emotions like fire, you know what I mean?
Yes.
If your emotions out of control, your fire's out of control, you'll burn everything down around you. You'll burn yourself down. You'll turn to ashes. But if you can control fire, you can make light. You could cook food. You could create heat. So I think that's the best advice I could give to anyone in life is control your emotion, control your fire.
Major
Don't let
bars.
it burn everything around you. You know what I mean?
Major
Don't let
bars.
it burn yourself.
Yo, I know there is, you know, in just doing more research, I know there was mention that you received like books early on that helped you along your path, and that you did a few reading and your mind got open to a few like concepts and ideas. I believe, I don't know if it was your sister or somebody gave you books, right? Like early on, like The Secret and these things. What did that do for you? Like why was that like a pivotal thing? Because where was your mind before those books?
The book that was handed to me was The Gospel of Hip Hop by KRS-One. When I went to that show, it was at Fresno State, and he just put out that book, so he's giving it to the students. And I seen his show, and after his show, his wife asked me if I got a book, and I told her no, and she handed me one. And I skimmed through it here and there. I read a little bit of stuff throughout the years. The most craziest thing about that book is there's a section in it where it has daily lessons, like every day of the year, every day of the year, every day. And it has like just a sentence or two, and it's like dropping a gem, you know, like the lesson of the day. And KRS, he actually circled the day that we met. And we met in February, sometime in February. I don't know the exact date, but it's February 2011 we met. And then that's the same time I met Planet Asia as well. Fast forward to 2021, literally 10 years later, I dropped my album Silver Tooth Babies. And the second single off of that is MC Wix featuring Planet Asia.
Wow.
So it's so crazy. Like,
wow.
That book right there, every time I open it up and I look at that date, I go, that's the day I clocked into hip hop.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was rapping, on the block at school or whatever it is. But when I went to the KILLcRey show, they opened up the cypher. That was the first time I grabbed the mic on a stage, interviewing before a crowd. I wasn't on the show. I just spit a freestyle. But after that, I went to every show. And I feel like you're not really clocked in until you step on the scene,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That book, that's powerful. I want to read more of it. I should have read more, honestly. There is a book that I did read, though, recently. DJ Yella, his biography book, man.
You like it?
That was crazy. Yeah, I read that whole thing. The one thing that stood out to me a lot, DJ Yella, they were with the Wrecking Crew for a lot of years. A whole lot of years. And he was DJing for a whole lot of years before he even linked up with Dr. Dre on the NWA path they did. There was a lot of years being put in. And in the book, he breaks down like, oh, we did this for free. We did this for free. We did this for crumbs. We did this for peanuts. And literally, there's like 10 years of literally like hardly getting paid, little to no money.
Yeah.
Just paying dues. He did like 10 years. And then they put out the NWA music. Obviously, that's going platinum. And everything that Ruthless Records was touching, DJ Yella had his hand in a lot of that. Every single record was going gold, not just NWA, but the side artists as well. And when he starts talking about getting the money, he's talking about getting like $500,000 advances,
Wow.
$200,000 advances. And I'm seeing all this money, like I'm doing the math. I'm kind of pocket watching with this book that he wrote.
Yeah.
And he didn't say this in the book, but this is what I took out of it, my perspective. For all of those years, he did all those free shows. And all of those years, he did all that stuff for crumbs or peanuts. It's not, he did get paid for it, but he didn't get paid for it then. He got paid for it later.
Yeah.
So for all the artists coming up, when you do a free show, it might be free right now, but those free shows, if they lead you to a $500,000 advance, if they lead you to $1 million advance, look at it like this. Every time you do a free show, you write a check and you go to the bank and it doesn't clear. But you save that check and you keep doing these shows, you keep writing them checks, you keep writing them checks. And the day you blow up, all of those checks clear at once. DJ Yella got his back paid.
I love it.
So that made me, around that time, like I wish I would have read that book earlier around the bitter stage, because then I would have not been bitter. Like, I would have said, oh, it's all good. Like,
it's just
I'm doing this for free, but 10 years later, the little bit of money I didn't come right here, it's going to come back like 3 times more. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's amazing.
But that's what I took out of that. I was like, okay. And even though we're doing it for free, we're not doing it for free. The money will come, and it is going to come. You just got to push until the check clears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a great message, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, dude. Now that you're, because I feel like, true or not, I feel like this last even 6 to 9 months has been pretty good for you as far as like getting your name out there and people really starting to give you your flowers. You know what I mean? And at the very least, acknowledging the fact that this is a dude who is for sure here. Like you went from that show of watching, KRS-One, Planet Asia, to no one can dispute that you can call yourself a professional rapper. Like, I am a professional hip hop artist. Like, that really did happen. Like, you really are that. And now you're performing, up and down the coast. What do you feel like is the next plateau for someone at the point you're at right now? What is the next plateau?
what I'm really wanting to do right now is I really want to just get a bunch of placements on like legendary albums, you know?
Yeah.
And that's really what it is, man. I'm just trying to get those bigger features in, those bigger placements. I think those could help me out. Maybe if I could get a tour under an established act,
yeah,
I think that could help me out as well. But those are the things I'm working on. And I actually did get one. Shout out to Casual of Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, let's go.
Album,
yeah.
The Art of Reanimation.
Bravo, bro.
I'm on a song called The Gift of Science featuring Casual, Pesto, Planet Asia, Tri-State, Ghostface Killer, and Killer Priest.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, man. That's amazing.
That's on his album. That's beautiful, man. I just want to keep doing that, you know, because I feel like they got the legends, they got an audience, you know what I mean? They got a hardcore audience, they got a core audience, they got a niche audience. And if we could like cross-pollinate, cross-promote, then I think that's the best move for me right now. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah, and I think on that note too, I think that is a valuable move as well, because the smart, older, established artist will see that you're bringing a lot to the table too. It's not like, oh, you're just trying to get on somebody's track. Like you have a name in the underground right now that is a legit name. Everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody can see it. Again, you're working yourself towards that level of being undeniable, right? You can't go, oh, if you're in this scene right now in California, I can tell you this, and take these flowers, Wicks. If you're in this scene and you don't know, they don't know who you are, they're really not in the scene. Like that's just the facts. You're working enough that if you're just doing a little bit of research, you find you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's for real. So I can definitely see that strategic move of now wanting to not even just be on tracks with more established artists, but also to test yourself on those tracks with these more established artists to see, can I make these things as big as they're making them? Can I not get overshadowed? You know what I mean? Like those are all really dope challenges. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, that's crazy that you mentioned that and you brought it up, because when I made that song with Ghostface and all of them, the producer, shout out to Dead Perry, he produced the album, the majority of it. He sent me a few songs and I sent him my verses, but for that particular song, I only knew that Casual was gonna be on it, Tri-State and Planet Asia. So I sent him my verse, and then when they did the final approval for the track listing, he sent it to me and he said, we made a few changes, everything to make the cut. But the good thing is the song that made the cut has you and Ghostface on it.
Wow.
And I had no idea Ghostface was going to be on there.
Fire.
And I was like, oh, shit. In my head, I was like, why didn't you tell me that part, you crazy motherfucker? And so I was looking at the track list, and I don't even remember what I wrote or what I rapped or what it sounded like. I didn't remember, because that happened like a whole year earlier, previous. So it took a while for them to finish the album. I forgot what I even did. So I was kind of worried, like the lineup was just a bunch of monsters, just a bunch of beasts and a bunch of legends. And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, is it going to sound like I match their skill level? Or I match their energy? Is it going to sound like I belong on the track, or are they going to sound like somebody just threw their little homie on the song?
Come on, Wicks.
Bro, you're a legend already. You fit in this.
Those are all my heroes, a lot of them are my heroes, It's such a crazy lineup, but when I played the song back, the first time I was like, damn, I should have came better. But then the third listen, I was like, nah, I belong there,
Yeah.
I belong there. Yeah. It was just the legacy they all have, you know what I mean? Yeah. The history they all have. It's some powerful shit, you know what I mean?
That is very powerful, man.
Now was that I listen to it.
Was that something? I'm sorry. Was that something that when you finally did listen to it and you sat with it? Because of course you're gonna critique yourself. Of course, and I can't imagine that anybody wouldn't feel that way, no matter what they did. if they found out after the fact, they'd be like, oh, fuck. But the reality is that somebody, and this is what's dope about this, Wix, is that somebody who is not you decided that you deserve to be on that song. That's way doper.
Yeah.
That's way doper. It's dope that you already know in your head that, yo, that's where I'm shooting for. And occasionally these people come into our lives who help us realize like, oh, that's right. I'm already here amongst my peers. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope for you, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, look that up, man. Casual, The Gift of Science. You'll hear me on there.
Boom. Well, of course, everybody listening in too, please go support MC Wix with all that. Bro, tell us, what about, because you are one of those artists who's done a lot of shows. In fact, I was on a live stream with Jeffy Obvious, and we were talking about the amount of work that you're doing. And since tonight we are kind of trying to share those gems with artists, can you I want to talk something very basic. Like, how are you, like when you get a show booked out of Fresno and you have to travel and say it's down in farther Southern California. So you got to do a little bit of travel, at least a few hours. What is the planning process on all that? Are you like, do you roll with someone? Are you by yourself most of the time? Like, how does it look?
I've been moving by myself because lately I've been staying like way longer than I used to. And I'm like pursuing this as a full-time job. So I really can't bring like the average person if I'm like, oh, come with me. I'm gonna be here for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Then be like, oh shit, I can't do that. I gotta go to my job or something. But lately what I've been doing is in Southern Cali in LA, I'm working with a few producers right now. I don't want to say their names yet because they do got a name.
Yep.
And they are popping and they are somewhat in the industry or whatever. But I also know that people are shelved. So I'm not gonna say shit until there's a release date.
Got you.
But I've been going out there and I've been staying extra days so I could work on albums and projects in the studio, in the flesh. And at the same time, it does cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, it isn't cheap to do that stuff. So if you're going to do it, you should make it worth it. So I've been literally, when I go to SoCal, I line a bunch of stuff up, like video shoots, podcasts, interviews, a bunch of shows. And I look for like networking opportunities. But really, what I would say when you head out, make it a business trip. And if you're not making hundreds of thousands yet, keep it a business trip. Like I'm really not there to party, I'm really filling up the calendar. There's some days I'll be in like 2 or 3 studios in a day. Or there's some days I'll be doing 2 to 3 things a day, and like I just stay busy, man. And I'm showing love to all the producers, all the podcasters, all the promoters, and anytime I do have an off day, if there is a show, I make a point to go to that show because that's part of networking as well. And there's been times where I showed up to shows, I'm not on the bill, and they'll be like, "What's up, Wix? You want to get busy?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And I hand them my flash drive, and it's a packed ass show, and I rap. I do a few songs just for the coaching,
That's
and then
dope.
I'll jump in the crowd and I'll make like like $200 on CDs or something. And I'm like, cool. I could have been either lazy or selfish and that opportunity would have not happened,
Right.
So when I'm in another city, I make sure no opportunities get past me. If there's an opportunity in front of me, I take it. Nothing gets past me.
I love that, dude. And I think that's exactly what I was looking for. Because guys, you do have to understand, like, so far, let's talk about the 2 things that both the artists who've been on today, Sham Black, MC Wix, both have said. What have they both concurred on? That this is not cheap, right? If you're funding yourself as your business, it is not cheap. It is an investment. That's a real thing. Mm-hmm. Money is a real thing in this. This is not something you can do without it. Like there's a lot of things you can do for free. But in order to keep this boat going, you will have to circulate money at some point. And sometimes it is doing what MC Wix is doing, is going into each city and juicing the opportunities like it's an orange. every single time you have to do that, because if you're not, then because look, here's the reality. If you're not doing that, you better be getting paid a lot of money.
Right.
That's the only reason you shouldn't be doing it, right? That's the only reason.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. You got to make your investment worth it, man. And it's up to you if you're going to fuck around or do the right thing, you know?
Boom.
I choose to do the right thing out there.
Bro, and you continue to do the right thing in the scene. And I like to say this too, bro. Definitely when we have people come on, you know, I want to make sure that you're getting the recognition you deserve as an artist, but also one of the themes we get down, the way we get down at PlatformCollection is you're not going to catch us fucking with anybody who isn't just a genuine person. That's more important to us than anything we have to do in this game. We've been doing this for a long time. At the end of the day, for us, what we have found is that we much rather be surrounded by great people. You are a great person, dude. I love your story. I love that you continue to share it. Please continue to share it, because I'll say this, Wix, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this before you go. I say that one of the things that has helped your career has not just been your music. It has been your interviews. When you are saying things that people are getting inspired by, they're starting to be inspired by more than just beats and rhymes. They're starting to be inspired by the entire story. True?
That's true, man. And I had like, with my music and even with my interviews, I always had this thing back in the days where I held back a little bit. I was afraid of showing vulnerability. And
these two guys,
once I let that go, that was really the key ingredient. Like, be your true, authentic self without any shame or insecurities, or don't worry about validation or approval. Be who you are 110%. And if people love you, they love you. And if they don't, oh, wow, you know what I mean? And I always had a ceiling on that. And I recently let that go. And my music has gotten way better. My interviews have gotten way better. Rest in peace to my pops. He was like a slick talker and a philosopher. And I always kept those lessons. You would hear the slick talking part because I thought that was cool. You know what I mean? I thought that was dope. So y'all would hear that in the music or the interviews, but the philosophy I kept to myself. And now that I implemented it in the music and the interviews, that is the most powerful thing that I've done. And
I agree.
That's bringing the most inspiration and the most motivation and turning the heads and creating that magnetic energy, exactly what you said. So lose the vulnerability, lose the insecurities. I think poetry helped me out a lot with that. I wrote poems for like a year, and I did these open mics, and I had a good voice. I had a good rhythm. I had a good timing. But in the poetry world, they don't give a fuck about that. They're like, go deeper.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Get more vulnerable. We don't care how cool your voice is. We don't care about your timing. We don't care about how powerful your projection is. Get deeper. You're scratching the surface. So I think poetry motivated me to go beyond the surface.
That's dope.
And I think that's a key ingredient in the art world for sure.
I agree,
and
man.
Just in life, just in life, everything is universal.
I agree, bro. And thank you so much for continuing to share that message with our audience, but just with anybody, in fact, because I think it is encouraging for people like myself and Eddie who've been doing this for a while, that good people are still coming into the scene and good people are still getting backed by the audience. That's really important, man. And I think that is really, really down. It's really, really dope that the fans come to your assistance whenever you need that energy, and they give it to you, and they're giving it to you in the chat room right now. Shout out to 805 Music shouting you out, Anthony McCall, Gutted Cigar 86 Inca shouting you out, American Era shouting you out, Big Dog shouting you out, people who are really real workers. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. When I go to your chat room, when these people are workers, these people are actual people who are doing work, and they got your back already, and there are people that we vouch for sure, just as people. So I know if they fuck with you, of course, other people are going to fuck with you. I hope people feel that about us as well. We fuck with MC Wix heavy. I want you guys to support everything that he's doing. Wix, tell people real quick how they can support you right now and in the future.
You can follow me on Instagram, MC_Wix_559. My YouTube channel is Wix MC. I got my album on all platforms. I got 10 albums right now on all platforms, but if you really like my music and you're a real binge listener, I got 14 albums on Bandcamp. Woo. I got a few exclusive Bandcamp albums you can't get everywhere. So for the hardcore heads, go to mcwix.bandcamp.com, and that's what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Follow me on all social platforms.
No doubt.
Give me the 17K too. I'm almost there.
He's almost, he's almost there. He's at 16.9 right now. So let's get him to 17K, please.
That's my number.
MC_Wix_559. 559, stand up. By the way, Fresno, you're in the building.
Yep.
Wix, please come back anytime you have anything to promote, or if you just want to talk to the audience, please do. You always got a home right here on Chris Sees the Internet, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. It's all
Thank
love.
you, bro. All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, MC Wix. What can we say, man? You know what I say after every time. What can I say? Yeah. He's one of the good ones.
Good ones. We know how to pick them.
We know how to pick them.
They come
See,
right
Eddie,
over.
That's right, Eddie. That's right. We got catchphrases.
Yeah.
We know how to pick them.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we're getting down on Chris Sees the Internet. By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed this or been paying attention to this, but we've only been interviewing people for like a month.
Right.
We are going to take this to levels never before seen. You got to see the things we have planned for Chris Sees the Internet. We're very excited.
Super excited, man.
And the guests that are coming on, you guys are going to be really excited. We go into booking these guests with you guys in mind. I think about what I needed as an artist coming up, as a creative. Just as a creative, I always say artist, but as a creative,
right.
It doesn't matter what kind of job you're doing. If you create things, if you work on things with your hands, if you paint, if you think about things, if you're a philosopher, you're a teacher.
This show's for you.
This show's for you. Because these are people out there that are actually doing the work.
Right.
And we're really big on that at Platform Collection. I have said this a bunch of times. I'm putting all my chips on work ethic over talent any day.
Yes.
And what we're doing here in bringing you guests is trying to find the people whose work ethic speaks for itself, and it just so happens that they're dope as fuck as well. So that is what we're going to keep bringing to you guys every Sunday, 7 p.m., right here on Platform Collection. If you want to show us a little love, please subscribe.
Tell a friend.
Turn on the alerts. By the way, you know what I did today, Eddie?
Turn the alerts on?
I went and turned on the alerts for all the shows that I watch on YouTube, because I was like, you know what, that is kind of shitty that I'm just watching them and I'm getting value out of all their shows, but I don't ever like it or turn the alert on to subscribe. So I literally subscribed to so many people today because I'm like, yo, I need to change that way of thinking. Like, I'm getting something out of that. And if the exchange is just the thumbs up or the alert, then I'm definitely going to do it. I got to practice what I preach. So, guys, if you guys want to support us, please do those things.
Yes, comment as well.
And comment on the videos. Did we have a drop? We didn't have a dropout today, so I guess this video is going to go right up.
Yes.
Usually, if there's a dropout, we'll edit it out. I think we'll probably edit out the very beginning. But it'll be up within 24 hours. So if you guys can watch it as many times as you want to, anytime you need to get motivated, we're literally going to build a library of artist information.
We got that fix for you.
We got that fix, y'all. Especially if you're trying to maneuver the game.
Yes.
Like if you're trying to maneuver the game, please go to Platform Collection. Just the people all our shows collectively have already talked to is a college. It's literally a college of independent art, and you can learn a lot from it. And we're going to keep doing that and hopefully keep bringing quality interviews to you. Shout out to MC Wix. Shout out to Sham Black. Eddie, what do you think? So what do you think of the show?
Great show, man. Better than the last one and better than the last one. So and the next one will be better than this one. So I think, the show went great and the show will continue to go great as long, and even with our other shows on the network.
Yeah. You're doing the booking.
Yes.
can you give us any names, or what do we have coming up?
Yeah, coming up next week, we do have a Rev interview that I'd like to play.
So
so we'll play that next week.
Okay, so let me give the background on that. We a couple months ago, with another podcast that I was doing called Crappy Awesome, which we have since kind of broken Crappy Awesome down into this show. One of those last interviews we did was with Reverie.
Right.
And so listen to this story. So Reverie, we have an interview with her. We meet her at a studio that we're working out of in San Diego. She's just in town. She hits us up. We're like, yes, let's get this conversation in. We sit down. She definitely, we've known Reverie for a while.
Yes.
She was definitely in rare form. She was really going through it. She had been very open about talking about her relapse. Mm-hmm. She talked about whether or not she's feeling the motivation anymore.
Right.
And we've been sitting on this interview for a while. So I think we're going to air it next week. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, we are. And then we got Tangent.
Oh, Tangent.
Yep.
Oh, shout out to the homie Tangent from the IE.
Yep.
If you like really out of the box hip hop, really experimental, dude, talk about a talented motherfucker.
Oh, bro.
His full name is Tangent Wiggy Woo.
Yes.
But he's the homie Tangent. In fact, he just won, I believe, a hip hop contest.
Oh, I saw
just
that,
recently. He went home with the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So a dude who definitely is a rapper's rapper.
Well deserved.
Very lyrical. He's a teacher. He's a podcast host, and he's a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important because he has written about a lot of this Southern California underground scene.
Right, right.
And because of his writings, a lot of people have gotten to know artists in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking to him about contributing on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Like he's a critic. He's a philosopher in the scene. He's a journalist on the scene. He's an interviewer. He's a writer. And
he plays different instruments.
But he's also a well-seasoned artist.
Yes.
We just did a set with him up in the IE, and he did an entire set just playing the piano. He did all his rap songs on the piano. It was amazing. So he's going to be on. Shout out to Tangent, and we're going to be airing that Reverie interview next week, man. So look out for that.
El Nino's locked in as well.
Oh, shout out to El Nino. You guys wouldn't know him previously as Ants. Oh, wait, I didn't finish that Reverie story.
Oh, yeah, sorry, man.
So the day after, Reverie is in town in San Diego for that interview, and also she was giving a workshop. She does artist workshops. She was doing an artist workshop at a venue in San Diego. Literally, when she was sitting down with us for the interview, the spot she had just come from, and she didn't know this, none of us knew this till the next day, was burning down to the ground. Yeah. Someone literally burned the entire facility to the ground. And the next day on Instagram, it was there. She had just talked to, so there was so much weird energy about that night.
Happening, yeah.
So it's going to be pretty insightful. You're going to see Rev in rare form. So we will have, I guess, an edited down version, but a 40 minute interview with Reverie next week, and as well as Tangent. And then he said we have El Nino coming up. So he used to go by Ends.
Yes. From
a crew called Locally Grown Collective out of Orange County. Multiple time winner of Rapper of the Year in Orange County. This dude can really, really spit. Ends is a barbarian.
Yes.
But now he goes by El Nino, and he has transitioned into the Spanish market. And so we're going to talk to him about that journey. That journey's crazy. And a few of the artists that I know in the underground scene have done that recently, have recently started to head south of the border and start doing work down there in the Spanish scene. And so I have a ton of questions about that. I want to know all about that. I want to know how that's working. How do you maneuver that? It can get sketch in Mexico for sure. Don't get it twisted. It can definitely get sketchy down there. And he's going to be talking about that. He just got back from Acapulco. Yeah. He was down there recording.
And he's even gone farther south too, man.
Yeah, he goes all the way down to South America. So I want to know all about that sound. Because I know Reverie's been doing that recently as well. So I know if you're a Latino artist, that's a whole market down there for you. But it's got to be done right. They're very particular about that. You can't just come from here down there and think that it's just going to work out because you have a Latino surname.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Or an American.
Right. So check that out. That's going to be coming up. And then we got a host of other. I just sent Eddie a list over.
Yeah, that list will be worked out.
Yeah.
April and May.
Yeah. So we'll pretty much be booked April and May. So every Sunday, 7 p.m. right here, live until further notice.
Yes.
I mean, the only bonus out of the live thing is I get to do this. Shout out to Long Hair 5150, American Air, Gene Flow. I see you. Catch me and Gene Flow in LA very soon as the Invisible Ponchos, and we are also booked in San Diego in May. We are now booking. Hit up OG Hip Hop Eddie. You want the Invisible Ponchos to come through. Also, we haven't talked about this, Eddie. One of the things we are thinking about doing this summer is taking Chrissy's The Internet on tour.
Yes.
We're going to be doing live internet podcasts. Live internet podcasts.
In a city
live
near
podcast
you.
In a city near you. So we're going to link with our friends who do regular hip hop events up and down the coast, and we're going to go there and do some live shows, and maybe bring some special guests with us, some special performers with us.
Of course.
Yeah, we can't show up empty-handed.
Never.
So think about the people who've been on the show, and think about the fact that we're probably going to be bringing some of those people on tour with us for Chrissy's The Internet. So we'll see you guys. And if you want to see us in your city, hit up your promoters, your local promoters. Hit us up.
Yeah.
You want us to come and do it in your backyard?
We got you.
Can you get 50 to 60 people in there? Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm down.
Hit us on the IG Platform Collection.
Yep.
Invisible Ponchos, or my email, hiphopeddie@gmail.com.
Boom.
And there you go. We'll make it happen.
Yes. And let's see. Let me jump into this quick chat room real quick. Just make sure we say goodbye to everybody.
Yes, man.
Another great show. Thank you. In June, I'll be in Vegas for the WSOP. Dope. Are you inviting us?
Yeah, I know, man.
Shout out to American Air. Shout out to Beardo, the homie Beardo. We'll be doing stuff with Beardo
we'll
very soon.
With Beardo, 86 Inca.
Shout out to Black Books and Rhyme Books. Shout out to the homies over at 86 Inca, killing the game. Lighter Fluid, go check out their event if you're in the East LA area. I believe it's East LA. Go check that out, Lighter Fluid, with the homies over at East of the River.
Right.
I got to get Hollow back on here, by the way, too.
I'll throw him on the list.
The homie Hollow. And Viva Mescal, too. When was the last time we talked to Viva?
It's been a minute.
Okay. 805 Music. Shout out to 805 Music. Anthony McCall. Sham Black. Robert Ortiz III. I wonder if he's the grandson or... Yeah, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's the grandson. Okay. Let me see. Gutted Cigar. Shout out to Gutted. By the way, follow the Gutted Cigar. Those are really dope, homies. But everybody in the chat room, thank you guys. And thank you guys. If you're catching this not on the live version, you just add it to your life because you're trying to scoop up game.
Yes. And
especially shout out to
gems.
You. Man, so also, by the way, before we let you guys go, we also have a bunch of clips coming up to make it easier for you. We've been thinking about that a lot. You know, we're on for 2 hours. Me and Eddie just talk a bunch of poop out of our mouths for 2 hours. But the interviews are usually tight. Around the poop out the mouth, the interviews are tight.
Yeah. Poop, interview.
Yeah, it's mostly exactly. Poop interview. And we're going to cut the interviews out. So easy access, or at least the highlights from some of the videos. You're still going to have to go watch it for the full thing, but we're going to have some highlights and be uploading those all this week. So follow us, OG Hip Hop Eddie, KILLcRey on Instagram. And that's who we are. And that was The Internet every Sunday, 7 p.m. right here on Platform Collection. And we saw it. We will see you guys next time. Have a great week. Stay blessed. Take care of each other.
Please.
Love each other. Stop being a hater. All right, we're out.